Good morning, ladies and gentle people. Wait, am I actually online or is someone else? They should be online, huh? Hello, 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 classic. Doo-doo-doo. I will turn on camera soon. I need to put on some pants and stuff. And I need to move some monies as well. So I'm gonna need a little bit. I also need to eat something and I need to shower. Doop 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 doop. Okay. Id. We'll go to FA. Okay. I think we are here, classic. Very possible, yeah. We could go 92k. Uh, it's gold over classic. What do you think? I shorted this bounce, but small. Like I would like to get filled more, to be honest. I think it was the top for now, but we will see. Yeah, I know it's a weird spot. On the other hand, um, it's really complicated. On the other hand, I think the stock market could nuke way further. I think I'd rather long Bitcoin, but not here. I don't know. I wish I would have. Now I obviously, I mean, in hindsight is always 2020, but now I just wish I would have held the long down here, right? Or here at least. Yeah. But I think, I mean, the global liquidity situation, it can flip really, really quickly if the banking system breaks, right? There will be panic selling again. Yeah, Bitcoin been pretty strong, but yeah, whenever I say Bitcoin been strong and decorrelating, like basically like 1 week later it nukes. So you know the sad part before Easter, you didn't see it, but I chopped a little bit because I was short first, and I flipped long here. Like I was short all the way in this area, and then I flipped long because Orange Man said something, and I ended up closing again here, like with a small loss. And I never re-entered. I thought about re-entering here on the weekend, or like down here actually. But then I thought, nah, fuck it. It's Easter weekend. You're gonna go party anyways. Nothing will happen. And then And then even at the party, my Bitcoin alarm went off around here. I was like, I looked at it. I just saw it pumped. So my friend, oh yeah, probably Orange Man said something, and then I closed it. Like I didn't. I mean, obviously I didn't touch anything. I was completely wasted. But yeah, I missed the whole move. Like I think if I was at my computer, I would have tried to long here. I'm pretty sure. Would have at least caught some of the move. And this is a bit scary as well with such a tight stop. I think you're right about it might go 92.3 or 92 or 91.7, something like this in this area. This would make sense, or here. I might just get out, break even or something. Bot is saying down though, like it's the wrong bot. Actually, I'm not allowed to show the other one, but I keep saying that and I keep showing it. It's not that important, I think, but usually this is just for the hedge fund. And actually, let me show it. It's loading so quick, so slowly. Let me show you. So this is the expectancy 77. So I'm kind of trusting it here because my bias is also short. I'm short on stocks as well. So yeah, I think it's a good trade. So I added a little bit. I was just sitting short 1K here, like very tiny size since yesterday, and I just added. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's a pretty good trade. Pretty good trade. This is also not. It is starting to look very unhealthy, huh? CVDs. Yeah, I would always not overinterpret it as well. Like it can be misleading. But what I'm really pissed about is why didn't I, when I woke up, gold was in such a good spot to short, and I did not take the short. I don't know. I don't know why. I just flipped over again and kept sleeping. But basically, when I woke up, gold was here. Like it did this. This was perfect. Don't know why I didn't take it. This would have been such an easy scalp. First TP and second TP here. I'm short again from here, but it might go higher actually. But yeah, I will add. I will just chill on this as min size and add here and add here, and yeah, we'll look for at least a range here once. Otherwise, TP down here if it rolls over. This also would also be fine. Incline, not fuck around, yeah. Wait, what? And Coinbase is so illiquid. I withdrew some money from my Boomer account and it was only like $400. And now I'm selling my soul on Coinbase. And it's $400 and it did not even get filled in one go. It was like 9%, 12%, 15%. Dude, how little volume is happening on this fucking side? Holy shit, that's scary. Alright, let me go take a shower and then put on some pants and then I come on camera. Revolut exchange, lol. I gave up my Revolut. Like I had a Revolut banking account and it worked fine, and then they kept asking for stuff like my social security number and my tax statement and stuff like that, and I was like, dude, go fuck yourself. Like then I can also use my normal bank account, right? Like they really it wasn't even like I was hiding anything, but it was just super annoying to go all through all that stuff. Like they already had my address and everything, and yeah, but it kind of was too much over the top. Like not even my bank is asking for my fucking tax statement or some shit like that. So I was like, why use Revolut when it's even more strict policy than a normal bank account? Right. Actually, oh, let's do it here.
Okay. Ja. Ja, natürlich.
Doop-de-doop-de-doo. Okay, good short going good. We've gone in with the same size. Fuck. Yeah, whatever.
Hier oben rein. Doch.
Hmm. Do, 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 do.
Nur Jahre.
Um, all right. Hello, chat.
Oh. Osprey. X11.
Do, 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 do. $92K, my quant says. I hope it's earlier because I'm already short. Okay, can't believe how this pumped back. It's so ridiculous. I round trip this actually on NQ. It was a small short, but I still think I mean I could have just closed down here. But I'm short again. We'll see.
I'm definitely gonna. Having a fun. It's fun. Sub.
Right. It's a video.
Actually, fuck it. Cool.
The dip. Yeah, the dip. Just a little dip, guys. We did the first one. Last epoch, Uber, errors. Jesus fucking.
Wait. Maybe. This. Even more.
Good kill. Holy shit. Oi. But who's buying gold here? Seriously. Seriously, who's buying?
Other see red in well, what should have? Unless it turns out this tech week, not on Tuesday. Will this stuff different? Still an early alternative head comes to where we're at. This brings up many different thinking the Nasdaq is to improve. Currently, it's overall. And we need to actually get and we know that yields generally that we have future. In terms of
Blah, blah.
No. This period. Yeah. Money the move over to the normal market will instantly use that. Let's have a look at 90. Now let's have remember to invest for
What does he have to say?
very hope or loop that we are caught in. What we are seeing what the 40-year debt government about 4 decades of the economy. And for about the next leverage hits. And for about there it will now other not as average tax inflationary deleveraging out direction you're going yield this term the inverse his last one that in other words it is levering up interest falling and the US government has leveraged and interest rates the other way yet their interest rates all as nobody's out how we're playing it out it doesn't seem just for 40 they could take that always just roll growing the debt actually have more and more debt. Many of the that same thing with their own debt. You know that you put up on debt right now while you're spending all the stuff right now. You don't really not pay. You're paying off full debt. Now the cost is way cheaper. While you're both on that, it's cheaper over time. Okay, that's exactly what happened. But at a certain point, around problems, inflation, which we all know, inflation first on very ugly fashion. Problem is once you're at 100 that's GDP, already at zero, and going down that all over the debt at a lower interest rates are already at zero. And by the way, if you do that, you're injecting more money, which makes that automatically by itself pushes higher because now lenders want to compensate it for that inflation, so they demand a higher interest. At the end of World War II, last time we went through an Federal Reserve in not lenders, not it was borrowing at a rate that was lower than the rate of inflation. Also had a big TP bill, guys. More people enter the workforce, underneath all these factors. Oh, that will allow the U.S. government to deleverage relative to society. But that is not the best way to deleverage. Government is having more freedom for not hurting the currency. Printing it allows all the debt and does a lot of balance. Ownership of all of those real assets. Very, very healthy and strong. And then very hopeful. Partly because that's one of the things. For instance, the original promise financially efficient dollars, and now that reduced to about. Don't get me wrong.
$2 trillion promise, yeah, amazing.
Don't get me wrong. $1 billion. There's a lot of money that the government is spending. For the money, dollars left in our pocket. Also true. It's barely even a dent in what the U.S. government. Also know that the U.S. military items for the U.S. and Trump said military spending, where is that Congress gives the military more spending basically every year. That's why it's called run of expense. Dollars, which is more than before, not anywhere near. In other words, this administration can't get rid of fraud, getting rid of back austerity, reducing the deficit. In other words, a whole bunch of money there is surplus or the deficit from the U.S. Basically, since 2024, $20. Many people were very hopeful. Right now, we are at the halfway point. Again, Trump has only been in office. Ending on the opposite of now, in fact, current fiscal. That puts for a $20 GDP. It's no wonder that interest debt are higher. There are many things. Certainly, from all the government borrowing. Right now, then you would also have to any tax cuts. Yeah, it seems that is one thing that very, very reducing. Again, that by itself is every dollar that the government cuts that I get to keep. Well, I will do better things with the government. I'm common children. I'm investing in projects with a real return on it. I'm improving around me. And I'm to share people, helping people that are hungry get fed. Better things with my money than the government ever could. Tax cuts are welcome. But if you think for 1 second just they're getting themselves into not another thing. They are in a long-term debt cycle. Now, government employees their program. Long-term debt are in the midst of inflation. Higher prices, higher interest. Government deleverage. It also means asset prices. All that money has to go somewhere. certainly there are ups and downs in long-term cycle, short-term time, and the long run. I would not be betting against the government being a whole for itself for over 100 years now. Everybody in a position of power to do something benefiting by that continuum. It is a grift. So turn power who has the ability to put. The good news is they are aware of this. For instance, advantage of the bear markets. They rarely, because while we will have volatility, asset prices will continue to move higher as don't know how to right now. Just because it's I don't know how to do that. You need a bear market investing guide. While we're still in the bear market, at least bear sale on way too long. Always things.
Let's talk about Herald. I don't really mind that Marshall West. Kind of like why is Herald Blood tighter? Blood mating. Made it so spells can inflict. Why can't I play a bleed bill bond or a scepter? Why is it locked to martial weapon? Right? What's going on there? And it's very similar to all of those hunters. Call them hunters. Like here's a skill that deals mediocre damage. But really, it's only used if it consumes a charge. Then the skill. One of the best examples, like explosive spin, played around explosive spin. Such as playing skill. Also, just chuck it down. Big explosion, big ignited, right? Everything on that bed. You use it without a charge. I'm just circling the mobs for like 3 seconds. I'll wait for it, right? And by the way, like otherwise, I need to predict where they're running. So long to explode them fast, they just move. And that's what's been designed in such a way that you do not want to use it without frenzy charge. Therefore, then need to find frenzy charge. They've designed it in this very particular way. Okay, meant to parry, you know, get a frenzy charge, and you use skill, but it's like parry just doesn't work. Not work getting like I can't just stand there and parry. I'm dead. While we're on the topic, why can I not use shield skill the buckler? Why can't I use shield charge? Why can't I use resonating shield with the buckler? It's a shield. That's block. What's going on there? What is the design of that?
I don't know. That like you have to play the right skill, right? This you're not allowed. A lot of you're not allowed to do. Can you not use help? Why? Fun. Strong. Then like
I do think the weapon gotta say that because even though there is this thing in PoE 1 weapon locking, all of it. Obviously, Void Forge would have all of the things that are type of weapon locking over rather than a leader. Because it's like we've got these maces, big heavy, know what they were going. I do think they would benefit a little bit. For example, let some of those heavy staff skills falling under that kind of. Why not let it? And bring some of those quarter staff over to the mace skill, right? Like some of those. Do a bit of mix and match. I don't think you necessarily need to have all of these locked in a particular thing because when you do it like that, what happens then is like every build of particular weapon starts to look, because they are so shoehorned thing. That's right now. He's using skills, you know. Well, people are still using auto attack. The other not that great, but you know, odds they're going to be using perfect like it's just you're just going to use all you have. That's the options you chose, mate.
What do you get? I agree.
I do like though that I like the fact that there is this actual reason to use weapons other than a couple of specific things. Like in Path of Exile 1, you use a specific unique weapon, you use Ephemeral Edge, so therefore you're on one-handed sword skills. Otherwise, it's pretty much you use a claw because claws are just better than everything else in general. And I think the fact that we've got more weapon lock skills is a good thing. I think they might have taken too much of a good thing though in PoE 2. And I think the right happy medium for both games is probably in between both extremes. Probably somewhere where some skills can be used with every weapon group. Most skills can be used with one or two, but there's just a bunch of things in between. It's just whatever makes thematic sense for the particular skill.
Exactly. Few of those skills thematic. Different weapons. You don't have to do it with all of them. So for example, Hammer of the Gods, fundamentally, literally, just have some. Let's have some skills over, and let me skill charge with the button.
What the fuck?
The two questions. One, assuming that they keep weapon locked to skills locked to weapons, do you think this problem fades away in, let's say, 2 years, 3 years, when every weapon has, I don't know, 40 plus skills? Or do you think it's always going to be this, as you guys kind of into that, wherein you're always going to want to use some of these skills with multiple different? I love the Falling Thunder example. I love it.
Overwhelming number of skills if I get to that point. Like how many skill gems are there in PoE 1 now? It's like 400 and something.
They have to though, right? What are they gonna do? Have they thought this far? Uh-oh.
They are going to keep adding skills, but they add problem of looking at this weapon type build. Game works is we'll see it in PoE 1. For example, like see a lot of you will also see other also too where these form A skills or whatever they are better than the rest. Those are if there's 50 options to choose. happens what most people play this wrong. There
I
are
don't
people
think
that
that it necessarily gets to that point. I don't think it needs to be, the balance needs to be that bad, that there is a clear, unanimously identified, this skill is more than 10% better than anything else. Like in Path of Exile 1, we clearly had a situation, again, we'll go with attacks. Weapon attacks is clearly Lightning Strike is head and shoulders above everything else. Just Lightning Strike without considering the Val version would be a high tier skill, like it'd be an A tier skill. And then it has a godly Val skill as well. Contrast that to something like Double Strike, which is probably a C tier skill but has an A tier Val skill. And then there's just not much else. But if Lightning Strike was really brought down a peg, let's say that Val Lightning Strike was entirely removed and Lightning Strike was
Oh, hey, my last epoch is running.
20% slower attack speed. That probably kills the skill. If it doesn't kill it, it's close. Then at that point, you suddenly have a whole bunch of skills that people play.
There's Frost Blades, there's trying to think what else would be solid tier at that point. Smite probably, not on every weapon. Smite wants different weapons to everything else. You'd have obviously Bone Shatter's already somewhat playable. You'd have a whole bunch of other skills that would be in that Frostblades tier. I'm not talking Frostblades Catabasis, that's another outlier as well. I'm talking classic Frostblades. So it is possible to have a situation where some people look at Frostblades and say, this is mathematically 3% worse than Smite, but it inflicts freeze, therefore I prefer it to Smite. And then another person can go and say, hey, I'm going to be playing Smite because Smite does more damage than Frostblades, therefore I think it's better. That's what I think we want to have, is a situation where players don't agree on what's best.
Yeah.
And players can't really work it out in a league. That is something that I think we could get to. And I think it is possible to have that even if we do have weapon lock skills forever in this game.
Now, here's the other thing. We're having this debate now, patch 1 of early access. Do you guys think this is just going to happen every single release until we get to full launch? When I'm talking about 53% Lightning Spear. Are 62% of people going to be playing Maul Druid or Maul Bear, in 0.9? Because Druid's not coming anytime soon. I've accepted that. But with this sort of addition coming to the game where things are clearly not thoroughly tested, is all the balance talk kind of moot until we're in full release? Or do you think they can get to a better state?
If they continue on this path to do one big release every 3 or 4 months and no nerfs in the mid-league, we will always have this 1 or 2 or 3 outliers that are just ridiculous compared to everything else. It will always be the case. They cannot possibly... They don't have any way of testing the game like we do. We have mass scale testing that happens in the first few days of the league. There's a crazy amount of players logging in, right? And the sort of people who play the most and already know how the game works and things like that, they will find those broken builds within days, right? That's just how it works. And yes, this is going to happen every single patch. Like there will always be something which is unbelievably broken compared to everything else, because the game has too many moving parts, and they're not willing to do the small nerfs in the mid patch, which would definitely help them understand better what's going on in terms of like mechanical interactions and how busted things get. Right, because that's what's going on. Usually, it's a case of here's something which is kind of weak, and now it's really strong, and suddenly there's all of these things that are like stacking on top of each other to make this build ridiculous. But they couldn't possibly understand that in the previous patch because nobody tested that build, nobody tested that skill because it was bad, right? It was so unbelievably... Like, I'll give an example. Like, this is not a very good example for this patch, but there's a skill called Siege Cascade in PoE2, right? And in the last patch, it was dealing 50% more damage to immobilized enemies. In this patch, it's dealing 200% more damage to immobilized enemies. There's an example of that skill just wasn't tested, right? Now it's dealing ridiculous amounts more damage. It also has higher base damage in this patch as well, by the way, so it's even more of a multiplier than that. But that's just an example right there of this skill was so unbelievably undertuned, and it's still not even, like, compared to other crossbow skills, it's still pretty weak, actually. The other ones are still much better than it. So that's just a good example there of they can't possibly be testing these things very well because that thing was so unbelievably undertuned, right, that it needed a gigantic buff to even get it remotely close to everything else.
Yeah. Man, I really hope that they can power through people getting upset about nerfs, and because I think it's just good for the game, and I think it's good for a lot of the players who are just playing the game and not necessarily like angry about nerfs online. It seems like they're willing to shift some of their design decisions, obviously after that Ziz interview, all the things that they've changed so far. I hope that's one thing they reverse course on, right? I know that they came out and said, we're definitely not going to do it, but I think if they nerfed Lightning Spear next week, even though I'm playing Lightning Spear, I'd be happy about that. Buffed up some other skills. Fangs of Frost. I'm gonna keep shouting that out. By the way, apparently that's the skill that Jonathan used in his playthrough for Huntress, like his latest playthrough. which is shocking to me. Do you guys also know? So, okay, I'll complain. I'll complain about something.
Yeah.
Okay, with Fangs of Frost, I think it's only Fangs of Frost. Maybe there are others. You don't use a frenzy charge to detonate its special thing. You need the enemy to be parried. So it's like the parry charge, right? And then there's a big frost nova that occurs. Why is it the only one that needs you to parry something? What is this? Like,
Also, that one is just. I'm sorry, that's just ridiculous. Like, why? Why is there a skill that only works after
I don't know.
after a parry? Like,
I
what
don't
is,
know. I
like,
gotta
think about
complain
it, right?
because I
What
love
kind
it.
of dodge
Think
skills
about
use
it.
both mechanics?
If it would use, that'd be great. But you have to parry. And originally, like in Act 1, I was like, oh, this is cool. And then I get to Act 2, and I'm like, no. And then I get to Act 3, in the very first area where you're getting swarmed by bugs and zombies, and I'm like, I can't parry it. I'm done. I gotta swap out of the skill. Like,
Yeah.
it's such a cool
Parry
skill
doesn't
thematically.
work in that context, yeah.
No,
It just
not
doesn't.
at all.
It just does. As soon as you get deeper into the game, parry does not work. It's very similar to active block, right? Active block,
Yeah.
very cool idea, doesn't
Yes.
work in Path of Exile. Does not work. Like
Right.
you. Okay, if I'm playing like Elden Ring, I can imagine like holding up my shield. Yeah, damn, that's gonna work like all game, right? I'm fighting like 2 monsters at a time. Like that's great. When I'm in the middle of a map and I'm getting like owned by monsters,
Yeah.
left, right, they're behind me. I'm just getting.
Yeah, but it's funny, Dax. There's so much things that all of the
Those like porcupine.
the content creators agree on that are bad, and it feels like they want to force something else, and I don't understand why. I don't get it.
The way Jonathan talks about it.
I mean, yeah, okay, make the game slower, give some good, cool interactions, and I love a lot of these.
And it would actually feel pretty good against some of these monsters.
The idea of having
Deeper and deeper into the game, this skill just
support gems that do things differently, and not just a damage multiplier, right?
By the time I've parried and then used.
But they're really trying to overdo it a little, huh?
You know, benefiting from the parry. I could have thrown 3 lightning spears and killed the entire map, right?
Exactly. I feel there's a lot of instances where I've been playing and I'm thinking, I don't want to speculate, but I think like, have they actually been in this scenario that I am in right now? Like they must have. They must have. But at the same time, so let's just say an example, like what you're talking about with parry. Someone who works on the game must have tried to use parry in the end game and gone, oh, this is non-functional, right? Or another example is with expedition crafting. Someone has to have tried to use that system and realize this is so bad that it might as well not even be in the game. And it's very confusing that I wonder, one, is this how it's supposed to be? Like, is this intentional? Or two, have they not tested this? Or I don't know. There's so many things that are really confusing.
I don't know about the
Like,
expedition crafting. It's kind of
there's
okay.
no way that they've played this and thought it was okay, or either that or I'm
With
crazy
expedition, are
and
you
they
talking
do
about
think
the recombination though? Because
I'm talking
recombination
about
is
like
really important. It's just its
Yeah.
narrow.
Here we
People
go.
try and make it do things it's not meant, that it's not good at.
Yeah, I was more referring to like rod crafting, which is
Yeah,
borderline
that's right.
useless, and also like recombinators. Yes, they are strong, but it is such a it's just such a yucky process. It's so tedious and chory that
Like
yeah.
recombinators, people try to make it to try and use them to make dream items. That's not what they're for. They're there for getting 2 excellent mods on the same item in bulk, so that you can then quad slam it. And
Again, which is that's I don't love that. Can I mean, I guess we're dipping our toes into crafting now, right?
Yeah.
So I guess one of the major problems with crafting right now is that there is no cross pollination with the different systems, or very little. And again, I don't know
Recombination in essences.
well, wait, what? That doesn't. Yeah, okay. That's one thing, but
Like you make your essence, you fail your greater essence slam, and then you
yeah,
go, all right, well, I'll rescue the good mod. I'll rescue the premium mod on this by giving it a shot in the Recombinator.
yeah, no, for sure. I get that, but again, it comes down to you end up just doing a very, very tedious process where it's like gather a bajillion bases, try get the thing with the essence. So I think, for example, a system that I think would function better, right? Instead of having essences only function on normal and magic rarity items, you rather have your normal tier essence, which can be used on any rarity item, normal, magic, or rare. And then you have your greater one that does the same thing, but it adds, let's say, it has a higher chance to be a higher tier mod of that tag. Now, by doing that, you might say, oh, but now everyone's just going to essence slam for all their mods, right? But you could have it so that it adds an exclusive essence modifier. So while an item has an exclusive essence tier modifier, it cannot be affected by another essence, right? So by doing that, you immediately make a whole lot of other systems way more interesting, right? Because currently essences, you have to gather 5 million bases and then essence slam and then recombinate. If you can make it so it can be applied to rare items, you can now say you could fracture a mod and then essence spam for a second mod, or you could fracture a mod, recombinate, then essence, or you could have a fractured mod and then go for the essence, or like chaos spam.
Dax, what are these? Oh shit, where's it lagging? Can I do with the keys? Is that important? Okay, why is this now? This went down. Cool. I think someone's internet went down, huh? Like it. Ooh, nice. Nice. Daxi, look what I found. I need this one. I mean, I guess you can also use something else, but it's definitely good. Yeah, we'll lose some DPS, huh? But not much. Interestingly enough.
Nächster Stopp. Alle an den Esstisch schicken. Probier jetzt Iglo Chicken Nuggets. Aus zarter Hähnchenbrust in knuspriger Panade. Iglo, das schmeckt nach Zuhause. Amazon bietet allen frisch gebackenen Eltern einen Familienbonus. Als kleine Unterstützung, wenn ihre Familie wächst.
Herzlich willkommen zur Guten Morgenstern-Sendung, den
Jesus,
Kurzmeldungen am Montag.
fuck off. That's what I want to see. Okay, fuck it. I'm gonna show you my tier street again. Yeah, I might get fucked on this, but then I will try 92k. You'll see. 92 would make a lot of sense. I'm a bit sad I missed the long because I was partying. Whatever. Hmm. Did I not get this? Increase crit strike chance per symbol. Did I get this? Increased symbol effect for other allies. Makes no fucking sense. Like, I feel like I'm still dropping way too many items. Jesus fucking Christ. Need to filter way harder, but I don't know what to filter for. That's the problem. Like, I don't even know what kind of idols I want to use in the end. So tough. Novice Ascension. Hello, great Tid. Hello, Bago. I need to go to the supermarket. Should have done that already. Fuck. Ui, ui, ui. Maybe you did, Bago, maybe you did. Champion. Get it. Champion. Shield. I did have something thrown. Throwing a keg. Oh, should have rolled this one. Good. It's National Bank. Okay. Okay. Poison damage, Jesus. Oh. Egg. Fuck. What per second? Oh, it sounds better. Mhm. Man, I don't know. I feel like I should close and at least wait for this fake out for re-entering and just take the L. And I kind of want to play PoE again. I don't know. I don't know why this feels so boring. Maybe I'm too overpowered with this character. The only real issue I have with PoE that it's lagging. I can try out again. Like it's. I don't really want to. My char. Oh my god, I'm gonna get analed on this short. So annoying. I think I would still be long if I caught that long setup on the weekend. But yeah, let's see what happens. I mean, I don't mind losing a little bit, and I'm still very under leveraged. So yeah, we could go 92k. I don't have the best feeling about this short. 92 would be the obvious level. Good. Bush. At least my gold short is going well. I'm a little bit sad I did not short heavier. Legendary potential. Roll this. Right goalie. Should I close already on gold? Should I close? What is this gonna run? So ATP is set here. Sorry, almost a 1% move. I should probably close. Okay, I closed it. Closed it. It comes back up. I think I'm reshorting, but guess I would have hit TP, huh? with it. This.
While in 0.2 a lot of the infinite damage loops have been removed, there are still at least 2 that I know of that remain. The first is that Flame Wall can still generate energy for Cast on Ignite when it's linked with Cast on Ignite, and we're seeing that with a lot of the Cast on Ignite infinite loops this patch. The other source is from Choir of the Storms. Even though this is a triggered skill, you're still able to generate energy for your Cast on Critical Strike setups with Choir of the Storm. That's what this build uses. It also uses Scepter and then uses 3 different Cast on Crit Spirit Gems, each linked with 2 skill gems inside for a total of 6 cogs. Now, in order to sustain such incredibly high cost of triggering so many skills per second, I run a Blood Mage here, also using Master of Sangomancy for access to Blood Mage. Originally, I had done some pathing down to the left side and gone for Fire to Lightning conversion with Reduced Duration Firestorm and Murph Uselit, but that's something else altogether. This isn't really a new setup necessarily, it's also a fairly popular setup that's been going around this league, especially in China where they're dropping Mask entirely and then going for a left side centric tree, running Veil of the Night, 0 resistances, Calm's Heart, and then just playing that sort of thing. The alternative there is obviously Moria Invictus, you can still have at least 1 cog setup, but all that said, Blood Mage as a caster is actually fairly meta in some circles right now. Now obviously this build doesn't perform the same way Lightning Spear does, but the big upside of playing this build is that you're not playing Lightning Spear, and that's, you know, kind of good enough. I'll get into some of the details of this build, but it's actually a fairly simple setup that I think anyone can really go for. And honestly, it's been a ton of fun to have these constant sparks and arcs going around, sort of emulating a half auto bomber playstyle where most of the time in a map, you're just walking. So if we head over to the mobile link, I have my build set up here. It's kind of with the gear exactly as is. And there are essentially only 2 core uniques, maybe 1. It kind of depends on the skill cost you're going for. So Master Sangomancer is really nice because it gives you free blood magic, and the other one I'm using is Z-Series Acuity. So this isn't necessarily mandatory. It kind of depends. You could play Inspiration, Annoyant Voracious, which is 20% instant leech, and go for that route. I assume that if you play without a Scepter, play with a Focus instead, you probably also don't need Acuity because your cost should go down.
Peppy.
But especially if you go high art cost.
Already
high
closed
art
my
cost,
short, Peppy. No, it was too early. I was afraid they would fab back up. Maybe it will now, but I would have hit my target perfectly. I closed around here. Still almost a 1% move I got out of this. Yeah, Bitcoin up only, and I'm also stuck short here on MQ, slightly down, but I'm ready to add on open pump. I would definitely short a double top now. Like if this comes back up. I still have my orders ready, but if this comes back up, I would definitely try to short here. Start here. The only way I'm really longing gold is if we like completely nuke level. This is where I would long. Would be 5% in a day. Yep. Yeah, I want to look what Nick does. Fuck this build. Did you take a trade? Where is... Oh wait, we got our Tier Street stream back. I didn't even know. I better not... Yeah. No, that was yesterday. Oh, he wasn't on.
How's everyone feeling? Happy New York.
15-minute coming up to a closure.
You take a trade? We did.
I'm about to call it because I gotta.
At that level. Okay, so that no need to stay overtime when we already got my first trade here. W, my first trade. Oh damn, a lot of you guys. So next time you, I know you all thought I see a man world, and of the last like off as
Almost strong. Okay, we got a gap fill here. Gotta respect that. A lot of gap fill. No, we also got a gap here, so it's weird. What is Mistfall Hunter? I don't know what that is. I'm gonna delete you from my chat if you don't shut up. It's yeah, I feel way too overpowered. Like, and my character already feels like mega strong. It is definitely a bit boring already. Like, I want to go back to PoE 2, but it's too laggy. It's just I can try it out. Let's try it out. It's so annoying how laggy it is. It's so fucking. I don't understand what they did to the servers, man. Why he living in EU? Yeah. Good question. Alright, let's test it. I'm gonna go test PoE. Where the fuck is my... Let's test PoE. Dude, that's not the problem. Oh, God, I'm gonna fucking ban you now. You fucking annoying, man. You're so fucking annoying. Just stop being an annoying cunt. Jesus. He doesn't even understand the problem. It has nothing to do with the ping shown. It's just that the servers are fucked up. Dude, I tried everything. Everything is fucked. Maybe it's okay at the moment, but the only I don't know if you can see this or yeah, you can, yeah. The only server I can play on is Washington. No, it's not my connection. Like, people have the same. Oh my god, I'm gonna fucking ban you now. It's so fucking annoying. Unfucking believable. Okay, back to last epoch. So there's literally like 50% of streamers who have this problem. Going to 200k maybe. Maybe. And as I said, mistakes were made. I should just take the L on the short and wait. Bitcoin too strong at the moment. I could even see 92.3 or something. If we fill this gap here, it would be long. Yeah, we might fill here. Like, I think this gap fill here on NVIDIA. Gap fill would be the perfect short opportunity. So we might come higher on NQ. I think around here. And then I will play this range. Was I here? Granny, what? Granny in cage to Bitcoin 100K. Getting pumped out of my position. Granny zombie boobs? That sounds fucking horrible. Wait, was it called? Something something hunter? Mistfall hunter. Person action PvPe extraction RPG. Oh, that sounds pretty cool actually. Is it like Dux and Duxa in? Okay. Nice. That sounds good. When does it come out? Oh, it's open beta.
So the closed beta for Mistfall Hunter just opened, and I was fortunate enough to grab a spot. So I figured I would give you guys my thoughts and impressions after spending a couple hours with the game. Now keep in mind, this is just a beta, so much of what I'm about to go over could change between now and the game's launch date. So Mistfall Hunter is listed on Steam as an action PvPvE extraction RPG. I've seen a lot about it being a Souls-like, which is what I thought it was going in, but after playing it, I would have to say that there are small Souls similarities, but I wouldn't call this game a Souls-like. Maybe some people would. Everyone has a different opinion on what a Souls-like is, but I don't think it qualifies. Really, the only thing that is related to a Souls-like game is that you're supposed to dodge and the atmosphere is dark. But other than that, it's pretty much a standard RPG. So basically, the gameplay loop is you pick from one of 4 different classes: Mercenary, Sorcerer, Black Arrow, and Shadow Strix, which is basically a rogue. And each of these classes have their own unique gear.
Yeah, I'm about to
skills,
reshort
and
gold, but I need to
abilities.
sweep to the top side.
Available to you
Or not,
to choose
not a
in
sweep.
the beta anyway.
Like equal
That
highs.
would obviously change between now and the launch. But you select your class, and then you are dropped into an area, either solo or with a
This is
team
great.
as large as 3.
This is absolutely
and then you
great.
proceed to massacre as many enemies and collect as much loot as possible, and then extract out by killing these little bell creatures that drop a usable item that sends you back to the lobby.
So I would short anywhere. Like I would start shorting above
There's
here.
a fog wall that gradually collapses,
Here, and then I would add,
forcing you towards the center
and then
of
play
the
this
map,
range.
much like Call of Duty Warzone. So you have to constantly be mindful of where that wall is at and plan your movement accordingly. But that's the general gist of the game. It's kind of a cross between an RPG and a battle royale. And honestly, I really like the concept. There's a lot here that could be really great if it's done right. But unfortunately, there's a couple issues that I think might cause a lot of problems for the game when it launches. So let me get into my thoughts. So first off, I want to say that
Wait, why did my stop
visually,
not
this
work?
game looks decent.
Wait.
It's nothing crazy
What?
special, but it's passable. And all the gameplay for this video was captured.
What
on
happened with my
PC,
stop?
And I haven't had any major performance issues aside from some minor skips and glitches here and there. It is a
I mean, I'm kind of happy it didn't work because it's coming back down now, but
in the game. So the servers really aren't being
it
tested this
just
time.
randomly
So once the game
disappeared.
launches, maybe that will change. Maybe we'll see some more performance issues at that
What
point.
the fuck
So I
happened?
don't really feel comfortable signing off on running solo enemies, which really sucks in a game that requires precise timing for dodging attacks. It also causes a lot of missed attacks and spells. Now you might say just aim better, and that is true enough. But almost anything can be overcome with practice. That doesn't mean the game feels good and appeals to players. But like I said, it's a small thing in the wall for you to manage your stamina, which then results in you running out. Ability to use stamina as it starts refilling when you run out. I can't stress how much that would make this game feel and play better. But before we get any farther, if you've made it this far in the video, you might be enjoying yourself, so please consider leaving a like and subscribe if you haven't already. But now on to the damage. The damage you deal is also too little in my opinion. Even the weakest enemies take like 5 or 6 hits to kill. And if you happen to run into a tougher enemy, well then get ready for a mini boss fight. Now maybe that's an exaggeration, but it's tough. This is the main thing that makes running solo feel almost impossible. You really need the extra damage of 2 to 3 people to make the game even manageable. And honestly, even the games I played with full teams, I still ended up dying. All of us did. The game just does not allow you to do enough damage, and the enemies are way too tough. They have a ton of health, but just to get to where the game feels.
Okay, anyways, let's see what's going on here. I don't know why I have no idea why my stop just got deleted. That's kind of I should be concerned, huh? It basically just got deleted. Dux, you know what's up with this? I'm buying Intel because of Dux. Okay. That's a good choice. No, I can't. Fuck, there is no order history. I think I can on Apex. But I mean, it just deleted my stop and my position is still there, but I have no idea what's going on. We'll see if this will work out. But yeah, ideally I get out break even here and then I will reevaluate where I want to short. I mean, oh. I was so far off with this short that I think I'm happy with getting out break even if I can. Around break even, somewhere around here. It's so far off. This is only 1%, but only 1%. I mean, pretty good, but yeah, I'm definitely pretty off. But yeah, that's why I said earlier, like I should probably just close and wait for the pump, and yeah, then I would be in a good short, and I would have only lost $20. Underwater 50. No, it's not closed. Pretty sure it's not closed. Mm-hmm. Weird. Weird. Really hope I can get a re-entry here on gold. That would be nice. Yeah, I'm gonna check market open. I mean I will probably I'm so close to stop here now. I will probably just let it run and hope it works out. Otherwise we will look way higher. I will look 92 roughly. I'm really not interested in longing here. I would be interested, like if we slam back down somewhere around here, I would be interested in long. But yeah, the main problem is that what Classic said, we're in a weird spot where global liquidity is really good, but the overall outlook for the US is pretty bad. But that might make a bottom, right? That's exactly, yeah, and that's a problem. Well, not really a problem. I mean, just gotta make sure you're on the right side. Yeah. Maybe I shouldn't eat these. Well, tastes like crap. I want to ape in the middle, yeah. True. One leg lower would be good. I think it will depend a lot on earnings. Well, actually, I don't know. The problem is, even if earnings come good, wouldn't it be an opportunity for people to risk off? But yeah, the money has to go somewhere, right? Man, I really need to go get some food. I'm so fucking hungry and I keep eating chocolate. Keep eating chocolate. Bull market is back. Maybe. I don't know. I would just play this to my best knowledge and understanding. Yeah. Oh yeah, Bitcoin movement is. I really hate it when it's so decorrelated because I'm usually performing bad when it happens. You cannot trust any move. You cannot like ignore it that it decorrelates. It's really fucking hard. It's really good for the moon boys, for the brain of moon boys, because they're always just long, no matter what. Did Mr. Nobody never come back? I only banned him for 5 minutes. Because he tried to berate me. He's never gonna come back. No. Oh, he's back. Why ban me, bitch? Okay. He is back. You want to short anything, short ETH? Yeah, true. I should probably, you're probably right, I should short ETH instead of corn. Or I just long Bitcoin and short ETH. You made what? $2.5? Where was it? And mini. Weight damage over time. This all sucks. Fuck this. Okay, mock it open. See. What's Nvidia at? Let me see. See, I should probably just short anyways. I'm not watching on my computer. We came quite close to the gap fill. The problem is if we spiked up, right? So now we have a gap fill to the downside. We could go here and then continue up and fill this gap. Pretty likely scenario. We have a ton of big gaps. There's too much money in the system, I guess. Whoa. Pretty weird stock market opening, like so fucking choppy. Yep. Yeah, I didn't expect anything else, to be honest. I'm just looking for range bottom now. For this. But maybe Bull's defending too hard. We'll see. I will give it some time. That's sad. Guess I could have just reshorted here, huh? Would have been a good move. Yeah, okay. Close the game, by the way. Really interested in playing right now. Oh, yeah, guess the move was just reshorting here on the retest. Really to wait for this. I could have tried a small one here. I can act like an idiot longer than I can remain solvent. Yeah, there's a big fat gap that needs to be filled, that's for sure. Go to around here, theoretically. I stopped out. Why did it not work again? Right, I'm gonna give up anyways here. Like, gotta wait for the stonks to top. Okay, it still did not work. Again, this is great. This is great to know that I can't use stops because they are just not working. Found another bug. Maybe Teal Street should pay me more. Or pay me after all. Yeah, my stops are not working. Cool. Let me Nope. K coming today. I highly doubt it. I think 92K is nice short. But we need to fill that gap on stocks. I will wait now and then short later. Probably into closing. I'm not sure if I want a long. Do I want a long stonks? I think it feels a bit too late. It's also too early. Like the market just opened. I gotta wait anyways. I should have just re-shorted gold. That was the main play. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm just waiting. I mean, I can go to the supermarket. I just need to get out of this short attempt. I think it's I don't think I want to stay in this for now. Definitely a bull market, yeah, until it's not. Oh my god. Can't make this shit up. Jesus fucking Christ, just let me out. Bitch. Please. Funding looks good. Funding is negative on here. I think we're just filling gaps. Funny how they won't let me out. It's the man. I get a close up here. Real for real. All right. I'm gonna go to the supermarket now, anyways. Sad loss. But we will look for, I will still look for shorts, but higher. Like I need stock market to come up a bit. Probably in the evenings, probably better. So sad I didn't reshort gold. Yeah, I will long when the price is good. Dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? What do you want me to do? FOMO in here? God fucking damn it. Why is everyone so annoying today? Maybe stop looking for shorts. Yeah, dude, do you want me to short up here, to long up here, or what? Like, the fuck, man. By the way, I owe you, how many squats do I owe you guys? Where did I start streaming? I think I started streaming here, right? It's 2%. Yes, I am looking for, of course I'm looking for longs. I'm never just looking for shorts or longs, but like, what fucking damn it. Okay, anyways, I owe you 20 scoots. I think. And what's... This pie win price is plus 20%, yeah. Good strategy. Can possibly go wrong. I think we will do the squats when I come back. I haven't eaten yet. So keep in mind I owe you 20. Why did I close my short? Because the stock market keeps pumping it. We need to fill the gap. So I will look at 92.3 roughly. This is the bottom. Yeah. I don't believe that for a second. But yeah, I don't mind taking longs. I just not gonna long here, Hyperion. So please stop backseating. Where's gold? Yeah, pretty sad about this. I should have reshorted gold. But yeah, as I said, I'm just gonna wait now. I am not interested in longing gold as well, or either. Like I would short here in this area, and I would long only if it comes down here. I need big retrace. Like it's been up only for a week or something. So yeah, VP here is a good short, and these highs is good short now. Otherwise, down here it's good area. And NQ looking for this. I mean, ideally, like basically just look at an Nvidia gap fill. Like Nvidia gap fill would be perfect short opportunity, and then short everything back down here in this range. Right, but I think I'm gonna hop off anyways. Like I need to make some food, and yeah, unfortunately we are down now on the account, but it's like yeah, I'm taking it chill, like a small amount. But yeah, looking for a nice short up here. It's so I don't know why this market is so hard. It's insane. I'm up over like last week alone, and I only did min size. I'm up over $300 on my Boomer account, and I didn't even like put in any effort. But yeah, as I said like earlier, I have a lot of trouble with the markets when they decorrelate like this. I did not expect Bitcoin, especially here, right? The stock market yesterday went down 2% or 3%, and Bitcoin just chilled. And same here. Bitcoin did not even bother at all. So I might get wrecked if I short here, because it might just squeeze to 100K and never correlates again, or the stock market goes up. But I feel like I will have an easy read on the stock market if it holds and if it continues up. But it's not that easy on Bitcoin. And even if the stock market flips around here and holds and continues up, it is not guaranteed that Bitcoin will continue back up. Like imagine we do the same shit that we had last summer, where it was basically inverse correlated, and we had the stock market squeezing really hard, and Bitcoin was just down only. And then in some periods here, we had the Bitcoin squeeze and the stock market was going down. It was insanely annoying price action, especially what was it? This one, right? This grind down here. This was where stock market was up only. Yeah, it front ran, but it can also front run on the downside. And I was long here. I longed from here to here, and I longed from here to here. So don't tell me to fucking maybe look for long set. Dude. I don't know why it's triggering me so hard, but really triggering me. Okay. Anyways, I will go off now, and I owe you 20 squats later on. And we will look for 92.3 roughly, or long setups down anywhere down here, anywhere on the sweep. I would long, or even in this gap would be okay-ish. But we will see. I just hope for higher now, and I hope I did not close the top, but it's always possible. All right. Bye-bye.